Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I showed you guys a little foundation routine, so here's a sneak peek. And if you guys like what you see, keep on watching. But if you're new here, please subscribe if you enjoy this video or enjoy just seeing my face, period. Yeah, let's just get right into it. So I start with primer, and these are the two primers that I use, and I use them together. This is the Tatcha, it's just the little like sample size one, but it's the Tatcha Silk Canvas primer, and it's the like solid form. And then Smashbox Photo Finish primerizer. It's a primer and moisturizer in one. So I start off with the Tatcha D with this because you're using two primers, so I kind of just use this like in my more problem areas. It's really good for acne and over acne and just any pores.
It really
smooths out the face, but I always put it over acne, and it's like a good pore filling primer, but it doesn't like fill your pores. Like it just like blurs it. And then I have a combo skin, so I do have like oily to dry skin, oily and dry skin, not oily to dry skin. So I'll get like dry patches. I started to get dry patches around my mouth right here, like when it gets cold out. So I use this primer kind of all over my face. I just do about like 2 pumps. I let this sit in, and then I do my eyebrows, my concealer under my eyebrows and over my eyebrows, and then I do my foundation. So I'm going to just do my eyebrows off camera, and I will come back when I'm doing my concealer on the top of my eyebrows. So I'll be right back. So my eyebrows are on. I carved the underneath part of them, but you can obviously tell they're very different, so I am going to carve the top of them out with the same concealer I do the bottom with, because it's just the easiest and the fastest, and I like it the most. It's the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I'm in the shade light one, literally the lightest shade. So I'm going to do this in speed mode, but I am going to zoom you guys in just so you guys can see, because it is a little hard, but I like to rest my elbow on the table. So I'll zoom you guys in and show you guys that. Oh, and I just want to say I'm using the Morphe M432. Not that this has anything to do with the foundation, but the foundation routine, but everyone always asks me this, and mine is literally so old. I can like smell the wood coming off of this, so I need a new one, but they're literally $6, so it's a really good deal. After I place the concealer, and then I will pull the concealer up to blend it out with that brush, I just take this brush, it's like a mini concealer brush, and I literally just blend it around to make sure there's no harsh edges, and there's usually a line in the front for both of them. You really just want to blend that the best you can. Usually we'll just go over it with foundation anyway, but just make sure at the end of your foundation it is all blended out, because you don't want that looking funny, but you do want a nice clean cut around your eyebrows. At least I do. So moving on to the next brow.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
So what I think the key is to non-cakey foundation is applying, or not applying, but putting the foundation first on the back of your hand instead of like just putting it straight to your face. I don't know, that just freaks me out. So I'm going to take the Born This Way matte foundation. This is really, really good foundation for whatever reason. So I just put it on the back of my hand, and I'm taking my sponge and I'm just putting it on here. And I will take my sponge and dab it out so it's distributed. So now I know this is a light foundation shade. Even for me, this is in cloud. So that would make a lot of sense, but it literally matches my neck and it will look a lot better with cream contour. So we are going in with the only Fenty Beauty contour stick, and this is in Mocha. I really like this. It is more on the orangey side, of more towards a bronzer, but it's really nice to even like warm up the skin. I don't know, I just can't talk today. I contour like right above the ear and right above my cheekbones, so this is where you should be contouring, but with a sponge and with cream contour, it's gonna move a little bit, so I just do it right above it and it'll move down. Little dots on the forehead just to warm up the forehead, and again, same thing on this side. This blends out like a dream, so really do not stress about that. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. And then I do the nose contour, and this is really important. I did my makeup one time recently and just didn't do this, and I was like, bitch, I can tell that I didn't do it because it looks weird. So, okay. I think that's it. And then I will just blend this out, so I'll speed that up as well for you guys.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
So I don't know if you guys saw while I was blending it out, but sometimes it does get splotchy. I do blend this out with the same sponge I used to blend out my foundation, just because I feel like it blends a lot better and faster. And then I'm taking the Morphe X Jaclyn JH08 to blend out my nose contour. It's another thing I love about this foundation. Your nose foundation does not move, I promise you. It is literally the craziest thing ever, but it just doesn't move. And I just blend the sides out because you don't really want the sides to go this way, you just want them to go up and down. It's a little hard to do that with a sponge, so. And I'm just touching up the contour like down more on my nose with the sponge, and then we're gonna clean it up with a concealer anyway. So I do color correct, and I started doing this not that long ago, but I just really like how it looks. I have very prominent dark circles that are purple and just very aggressive. So I do color correct with the Naked Skin Urban Decay, and this is in the one Peach. So it's not the super dark one because I do have fair skin, clearly. So I just go over this and then I will blend this out, and it blends out very nicely and just like a dream. And I will literally just kind of swoop it in the darkest areas of my eyes, and then I will go in with concealer over top of it. And it isn't very liquidy, it does dry down pretty well, so you don't really have to worry about like it moving when you put the concealer on top of it. So I really like that. Still want to try out Dragon Beauties, but I just feel like that's very intense. Don't know if I'm ready for that. I use the Tarte Shape Tape concealer, which is a really good concealer, so I don't really need to color correct, but sometimes I do like trying out different concealers. This is just the one that I like most, and that's all I do for my concealer on my eyes. On the top right here, I do a dome shape. Down here I'm going to do a little concealer, but you usually don't need it. And then when I blend this out, I'm going to go for the chin first and my nose. I let my eyes set a little bit just to get that extra coverage, and I try to do the skinniest concealer line on my nose because you don't want to do it too big because then it makes your nose bigger. And not that I have like a wide nose, but just that I want to make it look not as crooked and not as, so that's the tea. And then you just want to make this a dome shape. I don't know why, but Daisy Marquez said this, and ever since I started doing it, it just made sense. I was like, okay, that looks good. And just make sure it's blended out. and then I will go in with my eyes first, and I will take this concealer like up in the crease and blend it down on the side of my nose as well, because this concealer does go far and does cover a lot. So make sure you get in the crevices of your nose as well. And we will bake the nose contour, so it really doesn't have to be that serious, but the concealer does help a lot. And then this one we just do straight out. And I'm telling you, this does really make a difference, and it just looks very good. Just make sure it's blended out very nicely. Why does my sponge sound sticky? It sounds OD fucking stuck. I don't know why. And then I do my eyes first to set, and I just use the Fenty Beauty, of course, my favorite under eye powder, and this is in lavender. I just think it's really nice, and it sets very well. So for powders, I do wet my sponge, but I use a separate sponge rather than the same sponge I use for my liquids. I don't bake underneath my eyes. I just pat it into the creases. Especially with this powder, I do not want to bake because it's just so bright. And someone had like commented on one of the reviews that it kind of just sticks. It low-key does. It's like kind of hard to get off if you do go to bake and then like wipe it away. But I really like it, and I know how to work with it, so it's a really good powder. I don't really like recommending products for people because it took me a long time to like figure out what is good for my skin and what works for me. So it's really hard to like recommend like face products, but like eye products, mascara, I got everyone with that. It also just like takes how you apply it. Like I always thought baking really worked for me because like everyone baked, so I thought that was like the only way to do it, but it's not. You don't have to bake. Nobody has to bake. You just don't have to do that simply just because everyone else is doing it. It just may not work for you. So this brush, this is I always use Jaclyn Hill's brushes. It is Morphe by Jaclyn Hill, JH08, and it's just like a nice under eye brush. So we are taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder, and this is in vanilla. I also have the white one, but I just once again learned I don't need it. So you just tap this in to really set the face, and we just go all over the face. And I know you guys may think, oh my god, that's so... It's just very helpful to like learn different ways how people apply makeup, because then you can try it. I mean, I tried like the TikTok one you guys have seen, and that did work for me, don't get me wrong, but I didn't keep using it. It just seemed like a hassle. Also from the Jaclyn Hill collection in JH01. It's all over like powder brush or whatever, and you just want to wipe away the excess, right? And then oh my god, I just got it in my hair. Okay, maybe not that much. I don't know why I just took that much, but go off. Go off, queen. And especially if you put foundation on your neck or anything like that, you can the Kat Von D or KVD. Is it not Kat Von D anymore? I don't know. The KVD Shade and Light Contour Palette. I'm just going into the lightest shade. And taking this, and I look like straight at myself, like, and I just put it like right on my cheekbones, kind of where you would highlight, because it's just gonna go down from there. I don't have that big of a forehead, as long as my boyfriend loves to bully me. I really just don't have a big forehead like he wishes I did. So I just really just get like close to the hairline. Boop. And really just blend it in as much as possible. Brush and just blend it all, just so it's all blended really fine and I didn't really forget anything, or if I did, it's not as harsh as it was before. The Hoola Light Benefit, y'all know what this is. It is a bronzer, but it's such a light shade, especially for fair skin. And I'll just take this, and it's like the best nose contour because you just don't want the middle of your face to be orange. Just like blend it out. This stuff smells so good. I'm gonna take the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder and I'm just going to finesse. Okay, I literally snapped. That's the best I've ever done that before. Period. So I am going to wipe off this bake. Period love. And she's a little harsh, so if she is a little harsh, you can just take our best friend again and just blend her out a little bit. So what we have here today is the Too Faced little palette. This is a trio, and it is Turn Up the Light in Light. It is called the Complexion Enhancing Highlighting Palette because there is highlighters in here. So this is what the palette looks like. I use the Soft Focus, the middle powder right here because there's no shimmer. It is matte. And watch this. My nose does get oily and sometimes it will seep through the foundation. It's normal, and at the end of the day, you may not look as fabulous as you did at the beginning, but you're always fabulous in my heart, okay? I usually don't highlight my nose, but with the whole nose contour, it just looks better. So you can take literally any setting spray. You can take the Morphe one. You can take MAC Fix Plus. I only really use that for eyeshadows though. So the one that I am going to be taking today is the Milani Fruit Fetish. Ew, why is it called that? Make It Last Mango and Coconut. I did drag this in my haul, but I regret it and I'm really sorry. I love this. And I don't like the regular one. I don't. I don't know if it's just me, just foundation. I don't know if it's powder. I don't know if it's setting spray. But go off. So I'm just gonna douse my whole face, let it dry, and go in with highlighter. So I used to be very slight with this because I was scared that my face would get wet and oh my god, my foundation's gonna move. Oh my god. No. So alright, and to finish up this look for you guys, I'm going to be highlighting my nose and my cheekbones, period. So I do grab the Glow one, and this is on, again, the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH39. It's like, I believe she calls it the inner corner brush, and this is the best inner corner anything. Anyway, this one's really good for nose contour. So just straight on to the nose, and that's over here. Not a whole lot, but even if you apply a lot, it is a very subtle and non-shimmery highlighter. So I'm going to take some on, again, the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH09. It's like a highlighter brush. And I don't like crazy highlighter on my cheekbone. Another good highlighter is ABH's highlighters and the Jaclyn Hill one. That one really like smooths out your skin. It looks crazy, but yes. So you guys see how my skin was before. You guys see it after. I know this side looks a little crazy to you guys. It's just because of the lighting, unfortunately. But if you guys look straight on, it looks pretty good. My foundation routine, it is the best I can get my skin as of right now. You guys know I have some maskne. I'm not gonna hide it. I'm not ashamed of it. I don't care for acne. Like, yeah, it's ugly and it's great to have like nice skin, but like, especially when it's something I can't even control. Like, I do masks every day, sometimes even twice a day. Like, I'm not going to change anything that I do because it was working for me before and it's very light as it is. So yeah, this is my foundation routine. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.